Hey guys, this is Juniper Gaming and I'm Josh K bringing you the pre-game show for week 3. This week is going to be the Fort Worth Condor at the Fargo Baboons, and as you see their records are both 0-2, so it's a battle of the winless teams here. And we're going to take a look at the Condor now and see who's starting for them. And you see their starting quarterback is Brendan Ziegler, and he is a 55 overall, and you see he's cold because he has 0 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in the past 2 games, so you can watch out for him to do bad, since he's been doing bad in the year so far. So now we'll move over to the halfback Alex McNeil, 50 overall, is going to be starting. He's cold as well, so not looking good for the Condors so far. And the fullback Ontrell Belt is a 50 overall as well, so not great ratings for the Condors as we move on to wide receiver. And here we have Tavares Seawood, the all-star wide receiver, 98 overall, who is pretty much the offense of this team. He's going to be looking to carry them along with the other starter, Ben Wallace, who is a 52 overall, and the slot receiver, Exil Jackson, who is a 44 overall. And now we'll go to the tight end, and we have Teron Lockett, who is a 65 overall. And now we'll move to the offensive line. The left tackle would be Deron Wheeler, but he's hurt. So the right tackle, Jace Waters, is going to be starting. He's a 51 overall, and he is cold as well as a lot of his teammates. So now the left guard starting would be Jamin Gibbons, but instead, well, not Jace Waters. You saw he was just starting at a left tackle over there. So Cystic Pierce is going to be getting the call this week. He's a 57 overall, and he's a center. So now, speaking of centers, we'll go over to them, and we see that Taylor Newcomer is going to be starting at that. He is a left tackle. So you see the Condors, their offensive line is kind of all jumbled up. Doesn't look like they're very organized. But here, their right guard, Darrell Gibson, is a 70 overall. So that's actually one of the better ratings on their team, so that's not necessarily good. And Jace Waters obviously is not starting at right tackle. He's been starting everywhere else. So Zanil Johnson will be getting the start, who is a 57 overall at right tackle. So now we'll go to the defense, and we have their left end, Austin Walter, who is a 78 overall, and their right end, who is Dion Norris, who is a 62 overall. And now we'll go to defensive tackles. They are a 4-3 defense. So Dundrikas Hildago, who is a 94 overall, I guess a pretty good rating, for the team, definitely. He is 94 overall, and he is cold. So he hasn't been doing that great, apparently. So I guess that rating is a little bit wrong. And Aaron Lattimore is also going to be starting a 62 overall. And now we'll move to linebackers. Left outside linebacker, Demetrius Reed, who is a 90 overall. And the middle linebacker is Taylor Nance, who is a 78 overall. And the right outside linebacker is Garrett Duncan, who is actually a left outside linebacker, and he's a 58 overall. So now we'll move to defensive backs. The 2 cornerbacks are Kobe Robinson and Kadarius Mosley, 93 and 83 overall, respectively. And the free safety is going to be C.J. Hardaway, even though he's actually a cornerback, but he's a 61 overall at that. And the strong safety is Roosevelt Terrell, who is actually a strong safety, 57 overall. The kicker is going to be Jacob Shepard, who's a 49 overall, and that's not good at all. And the punter is Wes Morris, which is hot, and he's a 99 overall, so that's pretty much the bulk of the special teams right there. And now we'll go to kick returning, as I lied to you, and Tavares Seawood is a 99 overall. It is kick returning, and LaMarcus Woodhouse is a 98. So same thing for punt returning. So actually that's pretty good special teams if you exclude Jacob Shepard, the kicker, who is the 81 overall at kickoff to start. And the long snapper is actually going to be the starting tight end, Tyrone Lockett, who's a 65 overall at that, and Dante Gooden, who is the third down running back, 59 overall. So from that, we'll move on to the injuries that you'll see for the Condor, and we'll see who's hurt. We have Deron Wheeler, who's hurt for 3 weeks with a partial MCL tear. Marquez Green with a broken collarbone out for 6 weeks. Jamin Gibbons with a partial MCL tear 7 weeks and a fractured shoulder blade for Nigel Newsome, who is actually a 99 overall left end, and so that's definitely a big blow to the Condor. As you see, he's going to be out for the rest of the year. And now we'll go to the player roles for the Condor to see what these players are supposed to be doing, which they clearly aren't doing. But anyway, we'll go to Hidalgo, who is a run stopper, and he is also injury prone. Tyrone is injury prone. Newsome is a run stopper, but not this year since he's hurt. Wheeler is injury prone. Nance is injury prone. And Seawood is a return specialist. So, quite a few injury prones there. I'm surprised Newsome wasn't injury prone since he's hurt right now. But we'll move on to the Baboons, and we'll take a look at their starting lineup, or if you want to call it that. See if they could beat the Condor here. And you see Kalen DeRazio would be starting at a 79 overall, but instead Corin Morgan will be starting 71 overall, so he's a pretty good backup for Kalen. And we'll go to the halfback situation. Scott Boyd, definitely watch out for him. Though he's not hot, he's definitely been on a tear lately with a 90 overall. And we'll go to fullback. And you see Dallas Perkins starting at that, 83 overall. And the wide receivers are going to be the dual wide receivers, Craig Lewis and Detrius Gregg, who are both 85 overall. And Terry Wheeler would be the slot receiver. But instead, it's going to be Nino Andrews, who is a 48 overall. And now the tight end, we have Isaac Graham, who is an 80 overall. And the left tackle is Andrew Sampson, who is an 81 overall. The left guard is going to be LaCraig Crawford, who is a 46 overall at his position. And the center is Javante Cook, who is a 58 overall. And the right guard is BJ Shortell, who is an 86 overall. And the right tackle is going to be Lawrence Miles, who is a 90 overall. So, we'll move on to the defense. Left end, Harrison Waters, who is a 75 overall, and the right end, Mike Holliday, 89 overall. And now the two defensive tackles starting. They are 4-3, Bryant Washington and Connor Blackshear, 96 and 83 overall respectively. And now the linebackers, we have Dylan Gleanser, who is hot right now and is also a team captain, 94 overall. And the middle linebacker starting today would be Jared Kamara, but he's obviously hurt. And so Dalton Palmer would be starting too, but he's hurt. So good. The third string guy isn't hurt. David Walls, 55 overall. And the right outside linebacker is going to be Shane Petrojevic. Yeah, sorry if I mispronounced that. That's a monster of a name, so don't blame me for that. He's a 38 overall, so he has a kind of hard to pronounce name, and he has a low overall. I kind of, whatever. Malik Franklin is 80 overall, starting cornerback, and Alex Giametti, who is hurt, would be starting. So Malcolm Knox is going to be starting today, 57 overall. And let me just fix this right here. We have Lachelle Duncan, who should be number 5 spot, and he is a 44 overall at that. So free safeties will move on to Darius Middleton, 82 overall, and the strong safety, Kale Clausel, 62 overall. The kicker is going to be Wes White, 91 overall, and Jay Seifert, just one J, that's his name, I guess, 86 overall. Kick returning and punt returning today is going to be not Terry Wheeler, because he's hurt, AJ Clay, and Malcolm Knox, who are going to be starting, 99 and 95 overall, respectively. Same thing for punt returning, as I mentioned before. Kick out the start is the kicker, Wes White, who's a 70 overall at that, and the long snapper is going to be the third string tight end, Bryce Houndshell, 46 overall. Third down running back is AJ Clay, 72 overall. So now you see the Baboon, and we'll move on to their injuries. So we'll see who is not playing. We saw a few of them before. And let me just go to the Baboons. And there's Kalen DeRazio. He's only going to be out for a week with a partial groin tear. I'm sure that hurts. Terry Wheeler is hurt for 3 weeks. And if you just heard a notification there, I'm sorry about that. But we'll move on to middle linebacker Dalton Palmer, hurt for 3 weeks. And the cornerback Alex Gimetti with a partial PCL tear for 4. And Jared Kamara has been placed on the IR. Complete PCL tear, out for the rest of the year. And finally, last thing for today, we're going to move on to the player roles for the Baboons. See what these players are supposed to be doing for their team. They haven't been successive, I don't think that's a word, but you know what I'm trying to say, as of late. Malcolm is a project player. Samson is an Iron Man. And Glenser is defensive playmaker. So actually not bad player roles here. Hopefully they can live out to this game. And what I predict for this game, well, I really don't know, because both of these teams are 0-2 and they don't have the best teams. So, I mean, I'd lean towards the Baboons, I guess, just because their quarterback's better. But, you never know. Condor could, surprise me, surprise you guys if you think the Condors might lose. But anyway, that will wrap up this pregame show. Thanks for watching this, and I'll see you on the Week 3 game of the week.